Well, today I'm out back on the food plot and I'm mowing my winter rye to terminate it. And so for this video, I'm going to show you guys kind of how I'm doing that, and then we'll take a look at the results and see what kind of a job my lawnmower here and the bush hog do on this rye, how well it chops it up and terminates it. We'll look at the thatch layer and things like that. So a couple of reasons why I wanted to try this year. The first was just because I am in sandier soils and I wanted to let my fall planted winter rye. So all this rye back here that you see standing behind me, I planted all this last fall in 2023 at the end of summer. It came up really well. I had incredible usage by the deer, and I wanted to let that come back up this spring in order to really build as much organic matter in my soil as I could. Where we're at right now in the seed maturity stage is we've made it through early flower, we've made it through late flower, and the seed heads are starting to fill, but we're just before the dough stage of the seed. So I know some folks will say you can terminate it later in the dough stage, but you will actually get a certain percentage of your field to become viable the longer you wait. So by mowing it's a nice hard kill, and then I'm actually gonna probably disc this under. And in fact, behind me over here, you can see my four-wheeler there. I ran the disc over it a few times. You can see that I was starting to turn this winter rye chaff under the ground. I just wanted to see how it was gonna work. The thing to be aware of with this winter rye mow down method for termination is if you let it get this tall and stemmy where it's setting that seed head, you do have a lot of that long stringy thatch laying on the ground, and so I would not recommend running a tiller over this unless you got a real powerful one. I don't have a real heavy duty tiller, that's why I'm just going to disc this with my ATV disc to incorporate all the organic matter, all this green biomass back into the topsoil layer. But as far as trying to build my soil, I think this rye did a good job of that. It has a really nice root structure that it grew all spring and summer, and just trying to keep my sprayings and tillings to an absolute minimum. That's the game plan out here anyways, and I'm getting ready now to plant my fall plot in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So stick around, I will show you guys how my setup worked here, and then we'll take a look at some of the thatch layer and show you what we're seeing. All right, so this is the bush hog mower that I'm pulling. I just sharpened the blades on it. So we got good fresh blades, and I'm actually running at the same time the mower deck on my little garden tractor. I got both the mower deck here and the bush hog running in tandem together as I'm mowing. And the goal with that is to just try to chop this thatch up as fine as possible. And it's doing a pretty good job of that. You can see how it's really shredding this stuff. There are some areas where my tire tracks go where we're still getting that long kind of stringy, it's laying down the rye. So hence why I would not run a tiller through this right now. I think a disc is going to be the way to go, but really nice root structure on this rye. It really did a good job. This is what a lot of the thatch looks like out here. You can see we have just some bare dirt spots right here. You move over a little ways and we got a nice heavy thatch layer, quite a bit on the ground. I'm going to end up just leaving all this for a couple weeks here. Just let this kind of rot and decay down, cover the soil, suppress some weeds. It won't suppress all of them, you know, but if you're someone who uses herbicide on your plot, this is where you could just spray it, you know, when you're ready to plant here in a few weeks, or you could just disc it under. I'm probably just going to disc this under. All right, well, I just ran over all my mowed areas a couple times with my wheeler and just my little ATV disc right here. Done a lot of work with that thing. And you know, if you are running light equipment like I am, just a wheeler, ATV, and a little ATV disc, this rye can get a little bit squirrely as far as it's so thick and stemmy and woody. If you let it get this old, it can be a little bit tough, but I did hit this a few times with my disc, and that seemed to take care of it, honestly. I'm actually really happy with the results right now. As I look around here, I can see this nice yellowing, dying rye thatch that I kind of lightly incorporated into just the top couple inches, top 2-3 inches maybe of the topsoil. And underneath that thatch, there's almost no weeds out here. A little bit of milkweed. There's a couple areas where some grass was coming in, but I used no herbicide, no chemical on this at all since last fall, and even last summer and fall I never used any. This is purely just the weed suppression of the winter rye that kept this so clean out here. So at first I was thinking this rye is a little bit tough to deal with if you let it get this tall and stemmy, and it is, but if you're willing to just work with it a little bit with your wheeler and disc, it's got a lot of benefit because it keeps the weeds at bay so well. So I'm really positive on this method now. After going through this, I think this rye is a really important tool for me out here. I'm also doing buckwheat over here on the other side of my food plot. That's also a nice weed suppressant, and that's a lot easier to till in than this rye. But it seems like this rye has that stronger allelopathic property where it suppresses those weeds. So as I look around, I'm really happy with this. This is gonna kind of rot down and flatten down this thatch over the next few weeks as I get ready to prep here now for planting my fall food plot. Well, if you've been thinking about letting your fall planted winter rye come back the next spring and grow throughout the following summer, hopefully you found this video interesting. Maybe it gave you some ideas about what you might end up with and what you'll have to do to take care of it the following summer. Hope you found the video interesting, or maybe it helped you out. If you would do me a solid and hit the thumbs up on the video, think about subscribing to my channel if you're interested in videos like this. And until next time, take care, and I will catch you on the next one.